So today's session we're going to be dealing a little bit more with the more subtle realms of mindfulness. Um, I want to kind of guide us pretty much from the beginning. I'll start the meditation in a second, and there'll be some pointing, and I'll be guiding us toward our own experience. So this is the kind of terminology we're going to be using today. So if some of it, doesn't make sense, I spent a lot of time getting frustrated about not quite being able to understand what was being said, or thinking I was missing out on something, those kind of thoughts. And I spent a lot of time nurturing those when really it's not about that. The words I'm going to use today, they're just pointers. We're not we're not actually in the realm of words today. It's our aim to just drop into our pure experience. And of course, we're always doing that anyway. We're always experiencing. It's just sometimes the mind becomes more attached to the thinking side of experience than it does the being side or the awareness side. And it's beneficial to drop into the silence from time to time, because life can be stressful, life can be noisy, and there's external noise, there's inner noise, and when they're both going on, it can be very stressful. So if there's external noise and we can retreat to a place of quietness within, we're not adding to it. This is the tool, really. But it's deeper than that. It's touching something more spiritual, I would say. It's more spiritual in terms of the words we use. It's quite hard to describe being, but what we're pointing at today is life itself. It's this moment of life, this moment only and always, this moment just continuously changing, continuously unfolding into a slightly different moment, a different thought, a different smell, a different taste, different experience. And each, we know this from science, everything within us is changing. The cells are constantly turning over, the atoms that make up matter are popping in and out of existence. Just energy moving around, this isn't spiritual, this is science. We are made of energy. So we can start to drop in to a quietness within, a peacefulness within, and it's not a peacefulness which is absent from noise around us. It's a peacefulness that can be experienced in the presence of noise, in the presence of movement and distraction. But we have to learn how to navigate this experience, because our attention, focused awareness, gets hijacked by the mind, and we tend to live in a conceptual version of reality instead of the present moment itself. And again, I always say it's useful to have these concepts and words, but it's also useful to be able to have a break from it, to know what else is around. So what I'll do is we'll just do a little bit of breathing together to start the meditation. I'd like us to breathe in and out together just for a few minutes. And in the spirit of autumn, we're shedding what no longer serves us. With every breath, just letting go. Letting go of the stories about the day. Letting go of the stories about tomorrow. So we don't need any story at all to experience what's already here in this moment. We don't need any words. So breathing in a little deeper than usual, exaggerating the breath slightly, and then just softening on the letting go. Not expecting everything to just stop, not expecting anything of ourselves. Coming away from expectation, coming into the felt sense of the breath, the sensations of the breath, and the letting go of the exhale. So with every inhale, we're opening, we're receiving. And with every exhale, we're letting go and softening. And don't worry about what the mind says. We're not interested in the mind today. We don't need the mind to be quiet. We just choose to pay more attention to the sensations of the breath. Occasionally the mind will hijack our attention and we'll feel like we've become displaced, moved through time or space, lost in imagination. And this will happen frequently. And our only job in that moment is just to soften as soon as we recognize that we're lost. It's presence that notices, so we just soften, letting go. Understanding it's perfectly normal for the mind to wander, perfectly normal for our attention to wander. It's not the enemy. It's just part of the scenery. So we're in a state of receptivity. We're not pushing our attention outwards. We're not trying to solve or to work anything out. We're not trying to stop anything from happening. We're simply receiving our experience. Can we take it in? Without objection, without interference. We're not interfering with our experience. Simply breathing. And we're aware of breathing. And we're aware of what else is happening. Is there sensations? What sensations are here? Again, we're not hunting for them, we're just opening and receiving. We're receiving sense information. Feeling the body. So we don't have to go anywhere to notice this quietness. It's already here. It's already available in between each sound. In between each sensation. And even part of the sound. Without this silent presence, there would be no sound. It's this silence that's already here, this space that gives rise to the sound. It's nothing to do with thoughts. But it's the space in which thoughts arise. And can we tune into the visual field even behind closed eyes? Noticing what first appears to be blackness or nothing. If we just receive what information is coming in through the eyes, we start to build an image, a picture, some sort of light movement, patterns. we can see that the visual field is happening in the same space that sounds are arising. The same space sensations are arising. So any time the mind wanders, anytime we get lost in the story, that's our cue to soften, just to come home gently. We realise that we never actually went anywhere. We were here all along. We can use words to point to this quietness, but the words will never be the quietness. We can use words to demonstrate the changing nature of experience. And the sound of my voice arises, and each word falls away, disappearing into nothing. Constantly changing, arising and falling, arising and falling. Against the backdrop of silence, of stillness. Maybe the words aren't useful. Maybe the mind is getting stuck on the words, is fighting with the experience, is some form of tension or discomfort or feeling of wrongness. I'm just aware, we can create inner space by giving space to our uncomfortable experiences, not pushing them away, not fighting with them. Just by allowing every experience to arise. Just taking a back seat and just noticing that the car is driving itself. The movie is playing all by itself. It's not personal. So whatever we're holding in our attention, if we're grasping a particular experience, if we're moving towards something, can we just sit back, just relax, just soften, just let go. Holding the breath lightly. So we're talking about experience here. What is this experience? What is it made of? Can we feel the answer to that? What is my experience made of? We might see that experience consists of things happening. It could be anything. It could be a sense perception through the eyes, nose, mouth, skin. It can be a compelling thought or story that we're experiencing in the mind. So whatever we have in our experience, whatever we choose to focus on, or what is just unfolding in our experience now, is the object. It's the object of our awareness. Our breath may be the object of our awareness, our thoughts. Maybe a tree. And we may say that I am aware of this object, this tree, this breath. But something else knows. Something knows this I as much as it knows the object. This sense of me and the object of perception are both appearing in the same space of awareness. Awareness is primary. Awareness gives rise to experience in the same way that silence gives rise to sound, or darkness makes space for light. So we're shifting subtly from the objects that we see, what is seen, to seeing itself, to the experience of seeing. What is seeing? And we feel the answer to this question. What is here? This word I is pointing to something. The word me or my is often pointing to a story. The word I has a bit more depth. So can we feel into what's here? What is the I? We must think I 1,000 or 10,000 times a day. What is it pointing to? And feeling the answer, sensing the answer. And if our experience is turbulent, whenever we notice that, whenever we're aware, our only question is, can I soften in some way? Can I open and allow this experience to be here as well? We notice a little bit of peace, a little bit of space whenever we allow, whenever we come out of this changing, want to be different mindset. There's this present moment. Awareness is actually invisible. It's nothing to see. It's the mechanism of seeing itself. We're moving from the coarse reality, the mind-made conceptual reality, and we're moving towards this subtle awareness of space, of silence. So all we're ever facing is this moment. All we're ever experiencing is this moment. It's so obvious. And yet the mind compulsively leaves this moment, compulsively searches and creates ripples and noise. Contraction. It's only that our awareness is focused on mental activity rather than the space in which the activity is happening. Is this space, is it inside or outside? Is there any difference? Every noise, every sound, every thought, every sensation is just another ripple, another experience. But what is rippling? What is at the very center of this experience? Feeling the answer, sensing the answer. Just letting the form of the body, the imagined form of the body, go. Feeling the splodginess of the body, the vagueness, the undefinedness. Because whatever we notice is real, is this experience now. There's no denying it. And it's not wrong. And whatever comes up is is the experience, is within awareness. And coming toward the end of this journey back home, and just taking a moment to reflect that the illusion of time has actually passed, but we're still here, we're still now, we're in the same place as we were, the same space. And we are that space. We are the now. And just taking the last few minutes or moments just to come back into the body and the group, letting go of whatever's past. Opening the eyes and starting to be aware of the movement of the body, and the movement of the mind. The meditation never stops.